This video is specifically for you, the owner of one maybe workstation that has the network interface card Intel I218-LM. This is a very good network card. However, there is one tiny problem when you put pressure in your machine. Like the network interface is gonna hang, will drive you crazy because you had no clue. And in this video, I'm gonna share with you what was my workaround just to skip this problem or stop this problem at all, because I have two big machines with the same network card. And whenever I start to work with containers, a bunch of OpenShift environment and clusters, yeah, all of them just hang, was stopping, was dying, and I was in trouble for a bit. Then I start my research, I was checking what's going on. I realized I figured out the root cause and a lot of research. And at the end of the day, there you go. I was able to identify, realize, figure it out what was the root cause and provide one specific workaround. So let's go to the video and I'm going to show you what was the big deal. All right, let's start from here. This is the terminal of this machine, but let me show you this one. This is Cockpit, which was installed on that specific machine, and we can see the overview. So this machine has a great amount of memory and vCPU and network and swap. Specifically about my network interface, this is the one, I218-LM E1000E. So basically, whenever I put pressure on this machine, whenever I create like huge traffic, this machine was hanging. Like the interface was getting crazy, a lot of weird messages in the terminal. And yeah, nothing else was working. So after some restart, and then the machine was getting back okay, correct. But once I put pressure again, the machine was just sitting, failing, and I wasn't able to see anything remotely, but whenever plugging my terminal on that specific hardware, I was able to see like the machine yelling like, for God's sake, help me, I'm not able to talk to anyone, my interface is getting crazy. So I did my research, and let me share some context here. So this is not a very new interface. We can see that this model is discontinued. Like this is a very good model, but it is not a thing anymore. Then also this used to be found on old enterprise motherboards, and I have a workstation, but this is not a top-notch workstation. Has some years. And this came with this machine, like a Z440 workstation. By checking this page, and this is from that specific workstation, I can see the manual page, I can see some additional information, but by checking here, this was not enough to fix my problem. So let me show you some stuff. We can run lscpi-v to show some verbosity, and I can search by Ethernet. So we can see this is my Ethernet controller, I218-LM, and you can see that as well. We can see the kernel driver in use. So it is not a problem in the kernel drive as well. And okay, how can we fix that? Basically, the problem is something in the network configuration. So let me execute one command over here. And this is old school, right? ETH2. If we just pass this on our interface, network interface, we can see some configuration. This is very, very old school. We can also pass -k, and -k is going to present some additional information, like all the features that we have in our network interface. Some of them will be enabled, some of them will be disabled by default. The ones that got problem, at least for me, were those. So let's do a manual page, ETH2. We have two of them over here, TSO, and TSO specifies whether TCP segmentation offload should be enabled. By default, this is enabled. And all the time that I was putting pressure on the machine, this was getting crazy and the machine was getting off the grid. Then I set this one to off. Another one was GSO, specify whether generic segmentation offload should be enabled. Again, by default, this is on. both of them are on by default. And those were the ones that I just set to off. And after that, my machine was working pretty fine, pretty good, no more problems at all, okay? So how can I put this one for good? Like in a way that anytime I restart my machine, everything is gonna be good to go. I created one specific service file, and we can see over here, disable-offloading.service. Here we can see the units, we can see the service, we can see the install, but basically the trick is this one. So we have I218-K ENO1, and this ENO1 is my interface. If your interface was recognized with a different name, you have to adjust to your interface, but this is my local interface. Then my interface GSO off and TSO off. And that's all. Once I create this file, this service is not valid yet. So you can do something like systemctl-a offload, and then I can see the services over here. In my case, this is loaded and active, but in your case, if you're just deploying this one right now, will not be. So one thing that you can do is something like this. We can see over here that this is active and enabled. In your case, if you're just deploying this configuration, that will not. So basically, two things that you have to do: create that file, eventually execute systemctl daemon-reload just to read the configuration, the new configuration file that you executed. And after that, something like this. Let me put like in a original state. Oh, not that one. Yeah, in your case, your configuration will be something like this. Like we just create this file, or we just deploy this file. This is disabled. If my machine restart, this is not gonna load. And I wanted to keep this loading anytime that I restart my machine. So what I need to do is something like this. Systemctl enable. And this is also a bonus for you guys. I can run this in 2 shots or 1 single shot. Systemctl enable the name of the service. Systemctl start the name of the service. This is in 2 steps. If I like to do everything in a single shot, systemctl enable, this is gonna enable this service. -- now is gonna force start this service right now. And then the service name. So I enable that guy and I started. So you can see this is enabled and it started. And there you go. That configuration is in place and your machine will not be facing any problem anymore. So basically this is the cherry on top of your cake, you know, that's it. This is the one. So let me know down below in the comments if you have this interface card, if you're facing this problem. In general, I see this like with satellites. For instance, when using satellite as a virtual machine, I was not facing problems. But whenever I start using containers on satellite, like syncing containers, there you go. I got my first problem. Another situation was whenever I deploy a cluster, OpenShift cluster on top of this hypervisor. So was not too long, and then my machine was like sitting, nothing else was responding anymore. And then again, I came to my terminal and I saw a bunch of warnings complaining about the network interface. Then yes, if you are working with anything related to containers and high usage of data, there you go. This can definitely cause problems to you. So I also saw some people disabling some additional parameters or features on the network. In my case specifically, those were the parameters or the features that I should to put off. That's it for this specific network interface as well, okay? Which is lscpi-v. We can search by Ethernet right now. This one, I218-LM from Intel. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, this is very specific. If you have this interface card and you have Linux installed, I definitely recommend you some configuration or similar configuration like this, just to keep your machine like working as expected, because in my case was not good at all. Like, yeah, that was terrible. You know, when you're excited, you're implementing something or testing something, and then boom, everything's gone. And then you just restart your machine and try again, and boom, you are down one more time. So yes, this is definitely a nice tip I hope you enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Feel free to join us in our Discord channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.